Hi, my name is Becky. I've never done a vlog before, so this is my first time. A few friends have said to me that I ought to do one for quite a long time, and I've never really had the confidence to get up and try it or work out how it works. But my daughter, who's 11, said to me the other day, "Mum, you ought to do vlogging about fibromyalgia and about your life." And so I thought, well, if my 11-year-old daughter's telling me to do it, I'll give it a go. So I hope this comes across okay. And I thought, you know what, this weekend is as good a time as any to start, because in 2 days it's International Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. I've had fibromyalgia now for, had it diagnosed about 3 years ago. And I'm doing quite a bit at the moment this weekend for raising awareness for fibromyalgia. So you might have heard of it, you might not have heard of it, you might have it, know somebody who has it. So fibromyalgia is a condition that affects the nerves, the central nervous system in the body, and causes widespread pain and fatigue. Not a lot's known about it. And it can leave people who have it feeling quite vulnerable, because there's not really anything that the doctors can do about it at the moment. They're still looking into treatments and still trying to find a reason why it happens and find a cure for it. The doctors tend to prescribe a lot of painkillers, sleeping tablets and things like that, but there's not really anything that they can do to make it go away. So quite a lot of people who live with fibromyalgia every day end up feeling a bit isolated and a bit maybe sometimes lacking in hope as well. So when I was diagnosed with it, I didn't really know a lot about it, and didn't really know anybody else who had it, and all I knew was what I found on the internet. And last January, I contacted Fibromyalgia UK to see if there was a support group in my local area. I live in Stratford-upon-Avon in England. And they told me that my nearest support group was in Coventry, which for someone with like me with fibromyalgia who struggles to drive and struggles with pain, it's too far for me to go, really. So my background was in youth and community work, and I'm used to starting up and running community groups and youth groups and things like that. So I thought, well, maybe I could set one up, something in my local area that would help me and help others. And I met a couple of other ladies locally who had fibromyalgia, and they were both really struggling with it and really in a place of hopelessness and despair, really, and at the end of their tether. And I mentioned the idea of a support group to them, and they said that they would really appreciate that. So about this time last year, that would be about around May 2018, I decided to set up a group on Facebook. The reason I set it up on Facebook initially was because I thought, well, if anybody's too poorly to be involved or to run it, if I'm too ill to run it, it can still continue if it's a Facebook group. So I set it up on Facebook, Stratford Fibro Friends, I called it. And within about a week, we had 35 people locally who had joined it, who all suffer from fibromyalgia. And it was like people were coming out of the woodwork. And in within a few weeks, we had over 60 members in the group. And it very quickly became something that just grew. So we started meeting up once a month last June, and about 8 to 12 of us regularly meet each month in Stratford. And I've lost my train of thought. That's one of the one of the typical symptoms of fibromyalgia. My brain has just gone completely blank. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, and we have a WhatsApp group as well, and we're on that nearly every day. So it's great, because sometimes we can't get out of bed. We're in too much pain or too tired to get out of bed or to leave the house. But it's so great to have somebody at the end of WhatsApp that's there for you, that understands and that you can talk to. And it's been really lovely, because although we're all struggling with it a lot, we can kind of all laugh about it together as well, because we understand what each other's going through, and we've all got a lot of the same symptoms. And it is quite isolating, because it's very difficult to describe to people what you're going through as a fibromyalgia sufferer. It's got lots and lots of symptoms, some of them quite random, and yeah, it's difficult to describe. Some people would describe it as like having the flu, where you feel like your body's completely just really heavy, drained, like a lead weight. It feels like you're dragging yourself around sometimes. Sometimes people describe it as like having been thrown down the stairs or hit by a truck, because of the pain that's just everywhere. Sometimes I feel like somebody's pulled a plug out of me and everything's just completely drained out. But the difficult thing is that we look normal. So like a day like today, where I've done my makeup, people say to me, "Oh, you look really good today, you look so well." And I think, yeah, it's not how I feel inside at all. But you put the smile on, you put the brave face on, and you just get on with life. But yeah, so this weekend is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, and we've got an event in Stratford tomorrow that I'm hoping that we'll get a lot of people along to find out about this condition and what it is. I've also designed a leaflet. This is here. And this leaflet is a trifold A4, and it just basically describes what fibromyalgia is, what it's about, how it can be, how you can help people with it, how we can help ourselves with it. And I've designed it so that it can be given out to people who've been newly diagnosed, who don't really know anything about the condition. And also something that can be given to doctor surgeries, to be given out to new patients. And also something that we can give out to our friends and family and people that know us, to just explain to them really what it is and what we're going through. Because although there's no cure and no real effective treatment, one of the biggest, most helpful things is to have people around us who understand, and who can just be aware that if we need to sit down or lay down, or if we go off tangent in the middle of a conversation, or if we're just feeling really rubbish one day, just people understanding is a massive, massive help and a real encouragement to us. I'm really, really fortunate, really blessed in that I've got an amazing husband who is really understanding and really helpful, and he does so much for me. But unfortunately, a lot of people aren't in that situation, and a lot of people are struggling with this on their own. So I think my hope really is that I can help others who are suffering and struggling, and just give them a bit of hope and a bit of encouragement, really, that it's going to be okay and that we can get through it together. And you know, I have quite a positive outlook on life in general. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can help other people through that, really. I'm getting a bit distracted because stuff keeps popping up on my phone while I'm trying to talk to you. And my brain keeps going all over the place. So what else am I doing this weekend? So for Fibromyalgia Awareness this weekend, oh gosh, this week I've been really busy contacting newspapers and radio shows. I've been making cupcakes for the event tomorrow. We actually had our regular meeting yesterday as well, with some people who turned up to that. So it's been a really crazy, mad week for me, and I'm feeling completely rubbish. You wouldn't necessarily know it, but I'm feeling absolutely done in. I've got pain absolutely everywhere, and I'm just feeling like I want to go back to bed, to be really honest with you. But at the same time, I'm excited for today and tomorrow. This 2 hours ago, I had the newspaper here taking a photograph for an article they're putting in. That's the Stratford Observer, and that's going in next week. And this afternoon, I'm on the local Welcome Radio with another lady from the Fibromyalgia group, and we're going to be talking about that. So yeah, it's busy time. And I'm sure that next time I do this vlog, I probably won't look anywhere near as bright and breezy, and there probably won't be, hopefully, anywhere near as much going on. But I hope that this has been a good start. I think I'm going to sign off here and check the video and see if it's gone okay. As I say, it's the first one I've ever done, so it's early days for me, but who knows. Hopefully I'll be able to make this a regular thing, and now that I've done it once, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now and say goodbye, and please leave me some feedback. I'd love to hear comments, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.